breaking news here on CBS Sports HQ. Lakers star forward LeBron James just hit a milestone that no other NBA player has ever reached. 40,000 points. Bron achieved the feat against defending champs, the Denver Nuggets, in the first half on a layup, and now he stands alone as the only NBA player with 40,000 points. And with that, we welcome in CBS Sports NBA analyst John Gonzalez. And John, I don't know what more we can say about this man. Like, all the adjectives you can use, we've thrown them out. What's your reaction to him doing this? Not only the points measure, right, but the fact that he did it against the Denver Nuggets.
Yeah, Chris, you're exactly right. I mean, what more is there to say about LeBron James? He's absolutely remarkable. He keeps doing things that defy logic. He's 39 years old, Chris. This shouldn't be possible. I mean, once he passed Kareem, he had his eyes set on 40,000, and there's no stopping him right now. I mean, he's still at 39, one of the best players in the league, probably the greatest of all time. It depends if you want to pick him or Jordan. Doesn't really matter. But what he's doing right now at 39, Michael Jordan, remember, at 39 years old, wasn't really Michael Jordan. He was a little softer around the middle. He was backing guys down for the Wizards. LeBron James right now remains dominant. He played almost 40 minutes in each of the last two games. That 21-point comeback that they had against the Clippers the other night, the largest comeback in LeBron's career, he scored or assisted on 9 of the 11 last buckets. So, I mean, as you said, what more is there to say? And here's the other thing, Chris. At 39, that 40,000 point mark, it's going to grow. He's not done.
Like, he's got a few more years to play as well. And the fact that we have the stat there, the fact that he scored more points than Larry Bird and Magic Johnson combined, they played 26 seasons combined. He's only played 21. That's just astounding. But I want to ask you this, John. Do you think we'll ever see this in our lifetime again?
You know, I'm reluctant to say never, right? Because there's always another guy. There's always somebody else who's going to come up who we're not aware of. Maybe it's even Wemby right now, who is already doing things that we haven't seen in the NBA before. He's putting up ridiculous, silly, cartoonish numbers as a rookie. But the thing here, Chris, is longevity. As you mentioned, this is LeBron's 21st season. He's 39 years old, and he's not done yet, and he's probably not going to be done for a while. Victor Wembanyama, if he was going to play 21 seasons, he'd be 41, right? Because we forget, LeBron came into the league straight out of high school at 18 years old, so he had a jump on a lot of people. So not only would you have to be incredibly good to get to that number, you'd have to do it for a very long time. So if it happens, it's going to be a while, and I'm not sure that it will.
Look, it probably will happen at some point, but I don't think you or I are going to be alive for when that actually happens. I'm just putting that out there, man. Just putting that out there. Now,
That's unfortunate for us.
It is unfortunate, but that's the way the world goes. You can't see everything. You cannot witness all the great milestones that players and other celebrities have been able to achieve. I want to ask you, though, John, when you look at LeBron James and his career, he has exceeded all the ridiculous expectations put on him as an 18-year-old coming out of high school. So what more does this guy have to prove, if at all?
Nothing. I mean, his legacy is absolutely cemented, right? If he walked off into the sunset tomorrow, he would be arguably the greatest player of all time. You know, apologies to Michael Jordan, but again, the longevity here is really saying something. At 39 years old, he's still dominant. He's still pushing the Lakers to try to be relevant in the playoffs, to maybe potentially win another championship, not this season likely, but in the future. And I don't think that he's going to be done for a while, right? I mean, we haven't seen a player of this caliber do it this late in his career and be this consistent. So all the records, 40,000 points is just another feather in a cap that has a ton of feathers, right? I mean, he's done more than we could have ever possibly imagined for him. When he was on Sports Illustrated in high school with the chosen one on the cover, they were right. They nailed that. He's the king for a reason.
You said it best. You said it best right there, John. I also want to know, how motivated do you think he is to play with his son, Bronny James? I know Bronny may have a different vantage point because he is just a kid, but how motivated do you think the king is to play with his son in the NBA?
Yeah, I think that that's a narrative that we've been discussing for a while, right? But LeBron just the other day tweeted out and then deleted, but tweeted because the internet exists and we have screenshots, and I think LeBron probably knows that. But he said, you know, let the kid be a kid. And he's right, because Bronny James he's not NBA ready right now. He's playing for USC. He's playing okay, but he needs more time to develop. But the good news for Bronny and the good news for LeBron, if LeBron does want to play with his son, is that, as I mentioned, doesn't look like LeBron's going anywhere right now. At 39, he looks every bit as good as he did at 29, right? So he could have 4, 5, 6 more seasons left if he wants it, and that would give Bronny some time to develop. But I'd like to see it.
Yeah, it would be fun to see. I don't know how much fun Bronny would have, but to say, yeah, I played with my son in the NBA, that's an accomplishment that nobody would ever be able to take away from you. John Gonzalez, thanks so much for the time as we react to the breaking news of LeBron James becoming the first player to reach 40,000 points. You look at the first player to each scoring milestone. All three accomplished while with the Lakers. Will Chamberlain, 30,000 in 1972, then Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in 86 with 35K, and LeBron with 40,000 right here on Saturday night, March 2nd, 2024.